Even if you aren't writing regular emails and don't have an active email list, you can still get your message out there effectively. I'm going to show you how. I'm Michael Helmke, the Digital Concierge. In this free training, I'm going to show you how to resurrect a dead email list. That's one where either you aren't mailing regularly or haven't ever mailed out even though you have a list of names and addresses. I'm going to show you how to reintroduce yourself to your mail list in a way that will get them excited about you again and won't give you a bunch of unsubscribes and other grief. So the goal is to get your message out there. Often you try and use social, but that's hard. There isn't very good organic outreach. You got to pay for traffic. There's a lot of competition. Email works really well. There's really good open rates possible, low cost to deliver messages, and it's very easy to get a close relationship with your audience. The only problem is you need a list of people to send to. Now you can grow one from scratch, but that can take a lot of time. What if you have emails that you aren't reaching out to already? A list maybe you've accumulated over the last few years, past clients, leads, signups from events. I've heard this story before. You get that list, you call it a list, but you aren't mailing them, which gives you the nagging suspicion that you really don't have the list you think you do, but also that there's some opportunity you're missing out on. Like you can see that hint of gold in the distance, but you don't know how to reach it. I'm assuming you're starting with some list of names and emails that you've either never emailed before or that you don't email regularly or effectively. Our goal here is to restart that list. To make that work, you're going to have to commit to start sending more regular emails. I'd say at least twice monthly. I prefer weekly or more, but it depends on how many topic ideas you can come up with. But before that, we need to get you reintroduced to your list. If you haven't stayed in contact with folks, this is what happens. They forget that they ever gave you their email address. So when you start mailing now without any warning, a lot of them might figure you're just spamming them or otherwise think you're rude. Unfortunately, I see this a lot. A lot of people do this and it isn't effective. You tend to get a lot of unsubscribes and other complaints. So to reintroduce yourself to your email list, you send out an email to that list that's got 4 simple elements. Why are you emailing? Who are you? What should they do next? And you ask them a question. So going through this, why are you mailing? You let them know that they got on your list before somehow, briefly say how, and that you are emailing because you help people solve 1 or 2 really big problems that you know they have. List them. So at this point, it's presumed that you know something about who you want on your mailing list. Maybe this defunct list is the ideal set of people for that, maybe not. You honestly don't know, but figure out who you want to be talking to in your list. And when you say why you're emailing them, mention a couple of the problems that you solve that can really help those sorts of people. Then, who are you? Here, beyond your name, title, whatever, focus on the problem that you solve and the result you provide. Again, we're not trying to praise you here. We're talking about what you solve and the results that you provide to your customers. This is, again, a brief part. Third part, what should they do next? You can say, if they don't want to keep getting emails, hit that subscribe link. Otherwise, that you're going to be emailing regularly. Or you can give them a link to indicate they want to stay on the list. Depends on what privacy rules you need to follow. Finally, ask a question. What question? Well, something easy but related to how you help. This is your opportunity for market research. What I do is typically ask what their biggest challenge in business is right now. Not everyone answers, but for those who do, the answers are very instructive. And that's it. It's a short email. Most importantly, this isn't an email where you're trying to sell. You're reintroducing yourself to your list. You're letting them know that you exist, that you're going to start emailing them. You've given them some hint about what it is they're going to see. And that's it. The selling comes later. Right now, we're giving a good first impression and weeding out people who aren't a good fit for what you're offering. Now, you may still get a lot of unsubscribes from this, but that's okay because you've told them if they don't want to hear more from you more, that they should unsubscribe. As this is a dead list, that is to be expected. But for the people who are left over, they should be a much more focused group, much more in tune with what you're going to be sending them regularly after this. So let me know if this is helpful and if you still have questions. If you need to write an email like this, feel free to share what you're working on with me. Just email it over and I'll give you some pointers. Till next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.